Hey, welcome to Internet Roundup. I'm Chuck Bryant. That's Josh J.J. Clark.
Allegedly.
We do the Stuff You Should Know podcast by day. It's our main gig. It's our bread and butter. And we roll ourselves in here in these chairs. We don't even walk. We just scoot across the office into our studio and do Internet Roundup once a week, where we take two things at a time and share them with the world after they've already been shared with the world. I found something. Everyone that listens to Stuff You Should Know knows that I love my maps.
Oh, yeah. This is a good one, Chuck.
This is a fun one, and this is, it's really not some fancy map, but it's a map with the most...
It's not a fancy college map.
It is the most lewd-sounding town name in each state. And so I think we'll put it up there, and there's nothing to do but just read through our favorites, right?
We could just slowly read all 50 if you want. Although one's terrible.
All right, well, go ahead.
Essex? That's what they could come up with.
For what? What state?
Oh, I don't know. It looks like Connecticut, maybe?
It's kind of hard to tell in the Northeast. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go ahead and shout out Sweet Lips, Tennessee.
That's great.
It's nice.
Apparently, again, this is a town name. There's a town in South Carolina called Sugar Tit.
Yep.
Did you know that?
I've never been there.
How did that town get that name? I demand someone tell us.
Yeah, and it's not pluralized either, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Bone Steel, I think South Dakota.
Mm.
Is that South Dakota?
Gosh, we went to public school, didn't we?
Well, I have trouble with the square states.
Okay.
Or maybe Hump Tulips, Washington.
That's just crazy.
It is.
Let's see.
Three-Way, Arizona.
There's a Blue Ball Village in the Northeast as well.
That's right. What else?
Butternuts.
Uh-huh. There's Dick, Michigan. That sounds like a person.
Sure. Keister, Minnesota. That's pretty hilarious.
Let me see.
Sugar Bunker, Nevada.
Alaska's Sugar Bunker. Alaska's is Mary's Igloo, Alaska.
It's pretty hilarious.
I guess. I mean,
especially in Alaska.
Yeah, maybe so. It's a lot of innuendo going on here.
Ohio, where I'm from originally, but I've never heard of this place. PP Township.
P-E-E-P-E-E.
Yeah,
Township.
2 words.
Brohard.
What state is that? West Virginia?
Yeah, Brohard, West Virginia. Short Pump, Virginia. What's Georgia's? Our own very own Georgia. Butts.
Butts. That's a county, though. It's not a town.
There's probably a Butts in Butts County, I bet.
I don't think so.
No? You driven through Butts? We're 5 years old.
Yeah. Kinkler, Texas. Texas is huge, and the best they've got is Kinkler.
Yeah. What about Lubers? L-U-B-E-R-S.
Yeah, what is that? Kansas?
I think that is Kansas. Boy, we are really
we got to brush up.
Yeah. It'd be easier if they had the state name.
Well, they just assume that
we passed.
Right.
We got our graduation certificate.
Oregon's is our graduation certificate. We can't even come up with the word diploma.
Yeah. A piece of paper.
Wanker's Corner, Oregon.
Not
this
bad.
is great. I think we should just do this show over and over again.
Maybe. I think that's all. Oh, wait, no. Dick Shooter, Idaho. That deserves a shout out for sure.
Can I do one more? Do you mind?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what state this is. This is maybe New Hampshire or Vermont.
Oh, no.
I shouldn't.
Well,
You know.
The F? No, that's not New Hampshire or Vermont.
What is that?
It's got to be Massachusetts, right?
I thought Massachusetts was... Oh, Essex would probably be in Massachusetts.
Okay. All right, well, go ahead and say the last one.
Felchville. I can't even look at the camera.
I know. Moving on to Article 2.
What were we... Oh, yeah. This one's great, too. Wow, this is a really blue episode.
Those are legit town names, though. We're not...
Right, but we're about to curse. It's a quote, but it involves cursing.
It involves Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, so...
The real one.
Colonel Sanders... What a guy.
Yeah.
He founded Kentucky Fried Chicken. He's not a made-up mythological figure like Hercules.
Or Wendy.
Right. The two. He was a real guy, and Colonel Harlan Sanders, and he founded the restaurant Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, and really knew how to cook chicken.
And really dressed that way too.
Oh, really?
Sure. The white suits and the little string tie.
Oh, see, I thought he would just shoot the commercials and put on his FUBU tracksuit.
That's what he wore between shoots.
Rip off his goatee and mustache.
Right. He dressed like Ollie G.
That'd be pretty funny. That'd be a good Comic-Con. You know how they cross over costumes?
Oh yeah.
Colonel Sanders is Ali G. That'd be,
I want to see if it happens.
yeah, people would be like, "Wow, why?"
Right.
And you don't.
They'd
tell
be like,
them.
"Oh, you don't watch Internet Roundup," and they're like, "No, I don't."
So you found this is a New York Times archived article, right? Which are great to read.
Yes, but I found it on kottke.org.
Okay.
I think it's Jason Kottke is just one of the greatest curators of weird stuff on the web.
Oh, wow.
And not even necessarily weird, just interesting things.
Sure.
But somehow he came across, I think through Metafilter, which is another great source on the web, this 1975 or 76 article from the New York Times.
Yeah, and so basically the long and short of it is this is after Colonel Sanders had sold his company. He cashed out, and he was on a trip to New York, and I guess the New York Times thought it'd be fun to take him to a KFC in Manhattan.
Right, one of the food critics, Mimi Sheridan.
Yeah, and just see what happened. And he ripped him a new one.
You could see what happens too. Look at him in this article, the picture. He's like, "This sucks."
Yeah, pretty much.
I say, this sucks.
So he walked in to the kitchen and said, "That chicken's too black. It should be golden brown. You're frying for 12 minutes. It's 6 minutes too long, and your frying fat should have been changed a week ago. It's the worst fried chicken I've ever seen. Let me see your mashed potatoes and gravy. How do you make them?"
Right. And the manager of the KFC, who can't believe he's being berated by Colonel Sanders himself, is like, "Well, we boil some water, and then we take this mashed potato powder," and Colonel Sanders just swept the kitchen work table clean in anger. Probably.
Yeah.
It's not in the article, but
that's what he did.
It's okay to use your imagination.
And what did he say? He said, "Then you have wallpaper paste."
Right. So he apparently used to get sued by KFC because he was very publicly critical about KFC and what they'd done with his restaurant chain.
Yeah, he thought it went downhill.
Right. Well, I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah.
He was making legit real fried chicken and legit real coleslaw. It used to drive him crazy that KFC started putting carrots in the coleslaw recipe.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It's a no-no.
And he said, "You use Miracle Whip. Everything else turns gray."
Yeah.
He had some real opinions, and he wasn't afraid to share them with the media.
Yeah.
So they actually sued him at least at one point, and they sued him in particular for one of the better quotes I've heard in a while. You want to take it, Chuck?
Well, he sold them they moved the headquarters to Tennessee, which was a big offense
to
a man from Kentucky.
Sure.
So his quote was as follows: "This ain't no Tennessee fried chicken, no matter what some slick, silk-suited son of a says."
Colonel Sanders, R.I.P.
Yeah, man. God bless him.
Yep.
Bless his heart, as they say here in the South.
Yeah.
Commented on the gravy. When he was talking about the mashed potatoes, he tasted them and says, "No one can get me to swallow those potatoes. Put some gravy in it and you got sludge."
Right. And apparently he had taken a bite of the mashed potatoes and
I bet he spit
them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow. So now he lives on in the new commercials where they get different comedians to play him. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, which is bizarre and awesome.
The latest,
because I was like, "Oh, what did Norm Macdonald do that was so bad that he got fired?" And then, they just keep replacing him quietly with different comedians.
Yeah, Rob Riggle is the new guy.
Oh, really?
Uh huh.
Wow, I haven't seen that one yet.
I want to be the next Colonel Sanders.
So let's make it happen, everybody.
I'll even shave.
Jim Gaffigan, Darrell Hammond, Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, he was the weirdest.
And now Rob Riddle.
Rob Riggle, yeah.
Rob Riggle.
Yeah.
Not Rob Riddle, who doesn't exist.
Well, he's next, maybe.
Okay.
All right, KFC. I'm ready.
Oh, I've got to say, I once was driving down the highway.
Yeah. And
there was a white Buick, and in the back of the white Buick, on the back dashboard, whatever you call that thing.
Okay.
You know the back flat part, right where the back window is?
Sure.
Okay, so whatever this thing is called, there's a little bobblehead Colonel Sanders.
Uh-huh.
And I looked down, and there's a license plate, an Alabama license plate, and it said KFC COL. I'm like, this is odd. So I drove up beside it, and by God, the man who played the Colonel in all of the 80s commercials for KFC is driving the car with his little wife next to him. And so they're both old as sin.
That wasn't the real Colonel Sanders in the commercials?
No. This was long after Colonel Sanders died.
Oh, okay.
No. That was a guy who looked a lot like him, but this was the man who played, for all we knew, Colonel Sanders.
So it wasn't Norm Macdonald? You sure?
No. But you remember the guy from the 80s?
Yeah, sure.
The guy on the logo?
Uh-huh.
That guy. Wow. He was driving down the street.
He wanted to make sure everybody knew.
Yeah, yeah. KFC COL is the license plate.
That's like when I saw the guy from Inside the Actors Studio one time wearing...
James Lipton?
Yeah, I saw him at a play in New York wearing his Inside the Actors Studio jacket.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Ask me about my career. You need a button like that.
Do you ever wear any Stuff You Should Know shirts?
If I do, it's not in public. Yeah. Not even working out.
I wash my car with them.
Do you really?
No. Would that hurt your feelings?
A little.
All right. No, I don't do that. That's Internet Roundup for the week. This has been a weird one. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you next week if you choose to ever return.